good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whoever you are, wherever you are. This is Mr. Perp Sports. We're doing another mock draft today from our 12-team PPR league using the FantasyPros live mock draft feature. As you can hear, the draft is just about to start, so let's get into this and see what type of team we can cook up. First, I want to say I appreciate everybody who's tuning in and has been showing support. As a new channel, it means a lot, and I don't take any of it for granted, so I very much do appreciate it. Regarding the draft right now, though, we see Justin Jefferson go first, then Christian McCaffrey, then Travis Kelce, then Jamar Chase. Jamar Chase lasting till 4 is pretty crazy to me, but hey, everyone likes their own team, and they like to build it how they like to build it. But after Chase went, Austin Eckler went. We're going to need to make a pick here. Cooper Kupp's on the board. Tyreek Hill's on the board. I think I'm going to go with Tyreek Hill at this point just because of Kupp's injury concern. The Rams' concern of maybe not being too good. They might shut him down later in the season if it's looking like a lost cause, or maybe if he gets another injury or his injury lingers. I just don't know if I can trust it with my first pick. He's a great player, but when you're picking in your first round, second round, you want to mitigate as much risk as possible. So I'm going to do that right then and there. Although the argument could be made that, Tyreek may have a slight dip if Tua's not there, but I'd rather take a slight dip than possibly someone who could get injured like Kupp with a possible lingering issue. I know he said he's okay today and he's good to go, but you just never know. So I'd rather just play it safe there. So we went with Tyreek Hill. Cooper Kupp goes right after us. Stephon Diggs goes, and then A.J. Brown goes. So heavy wide receiver is the start here. 2 running backs, and then the 1 tight end, which of course is Travis Kelce. Earliest that I've seen Kelce go right there is that 3rd pick. I've said in some of my videos, I don't know if I could take Kelce with my first pick. In one of these drafts, I probably will take him though, just to see how it turns out. But in my own private time, whenever I've done mock drafts, taking Kelce first, I just really haven't liked how my team has turned out. So it's just a personal preference thing. He's definitely worthy of a first round pick, but I haven't liked how my team has fared when I've done that. But after A.J. Brown went, CeeDee Lamb went. So Team 11 is up next. It's going to be a little bit to our turn again. So I'm curious to see who is available. Running backs are not seeming to be too popular in this league right here that I'm doing the mock draft in. Because after CeeDee Lamb went, then we had Amon-Ra St. Brown go. So Saquon Barkley's still on the board. Bijan Robinson is still on the board. Who else? I know Nick Chubb is still on the board. Tony Pollard's still on the board. Derrick Henry. There's some pretty good running backs left if anybody wanted to start scooping them up around this time. But I can't really hate on the wide receiver start. I did it myself, and I feel like going wide receiver this year could pay pretty good dividends. You can get 2 good stud receivers, or maybe you want to get 1 stud receiver, and then your next pick you want to get a solid running back. I can't fault that. You want to feel a little bit safe at each of those positions to start. More power to you. After Saquon went in the 12th pick, Devontae Adams went right after him, and then Garrett Wilson went off the board. So Amon-Ra and Garrett Wilson are the 2 that Team 11 started with. Looks like he's on auto pick, even though his name literally says no auto picks please. So I don't know about you, buddy. I already can't trust you. I'm very surprised that Bijan Robinson is still on the board. Did something happen to him that I'm unaware of that people are just fading him now? No way I'm taking Pollard over him. Personally, nothing against Pollard, but I'll take Bijan at that point. I know he's a rook. It's okay. I'll take the chance. Nick Chubb goes next, so there's a very real possibility we could get Bijan when it becomes our pick. Very real possibility. So if Bijan, we could take Bijan, we could take Derrick Henry. I'm not going to take Waddle as much as I would want to because we already have Tyreek Hill. So if Bijan or Derrick Henry aren't there in our next pick, I might reach and just go for a quarterback. But I mean, is it really a reach? So Patrick Mahomes goes. Is it really a reach though? Because we know what he's going to give us. We know he's one of the elite 3. Could very well end up being the number 1. I mean, whenever you have an advantage at quarterback, especially one as good as Mahomes can provide, like Allen, like Hurts too, that's an automatic good edge for your team. I mean, I know that's obvious, but hey. So, looks like Bijan really did last until our pick. That is insane. That is insane. Smash that right now. So, we got Bijan and Tyreek as our first 2 picks. I really like that start. I really like that start. So when it comes back around to our turn, we'll see if Allen or Hurts are there. I don't think they will be, but that's who I'm going to target as of right now. But if they're not there, I don't know if I want to reach for anything. I might just end up taking Tua towards the end if he's there, and it makes sense because then we have a stack with Tyreek Hill. But we'll see how the draft plays out. We'll see how the board starts to unfold. But after Waddle went, Jonathan Taylor went to the team that had Jamar Chase. Then Chris Olave to the Kelsey team. Josh Jacobs goes to team 2, who they have McCaffrey and Jacobs. Okay, and then team 1 that took JJ and then Devontae Smith, they took Ramondre Stevenson in the 3rd. I don't know if I'm taking Stevenson that early anymore. I'm starting to just get a little bit of a weird feeling about it, but I can't substantiate it via anything. It's just a gut feeling right there. Can't say I hate it though, but I don't know if I would do it. But after Ramondre Stevenson went, Jalen Hurts came off the board. So there's the next top elite fantasy quarterback. He's gone. So the only one we have left that I would consider taking at this point would be Josh Allen. Maybe in the 4th round, if Lamar Jackson's there, I could do it. 5th round, maybe Justin Herbert. 6th round, maybe Trevor Lawrence if he's there. And after that, I might just go with Tua if he's my only option. But we'll see how the board plays out. After Jalen Hurts, we had Keenan Allen go off the board. So Travis Kelce, Chris Olave, and Keenan Allen is number 3's team. Can't say I love it. I can't say I love it. And it's not necessarily because he took Kelce first. I just don't know if I want to take Olave in the 2nd. That's tough for me. Keenan Allen, if he can stay healthy, I'm fine with it. Then Calvin Ridley goes off the board, and then T. Higgins. So I feel like there's a lot of things going our way in this draft. Don't always count on that, but maybe I'm being fooled right now. Maybe it's setting me up for a trap. But I'm smashing the Josh Allen pick right here. Easy. Easy, easy, easy. So we have Allen, Robinson, and Tyreek Hill. I think that's a fire squad to start already. We have diversified bye weeks. We diversified our portfolio. We're not too in one way or another. So I like that start. I like the build that we have. I like where this might be going. After Josh Allen, we have DK Metcalf go off the board. After DK Metcalf went off the board, Joe Mixon went to the team with Mahomes and Diggs. Then Deebo Samuel, then Mark Andrews, then Najee Harris, then Amari Cooper, then Lamar Jackson, Jahmyr Gibbs, Aaron Jones, and then Kenneth Walker. So it looks like we have 3 teams on auto pick now. Unfortunately, I hope they come back. But at the end of the day, it's not the worst thing to try to do or to try to maneuver with in a mock draft lobby. Some people in your league, in a paid league, might end up on auto pick for whatever reason. So a little bit of variation in there never hurts. Can only probably help us. Then DJ Moore comes after Kenneth Walker. We're going to be up in a pick here. I would like to take best available, but at the end of the day, you never know what that might be. I don't really like the value for any of these receivers right here. I feel like it's still too early to take one of those tight ends, but I don't know. TJ Hawkinson went. That's the one guy I would have considered right there as an automatic smash, but running back. You know what? We'll go with Etienne. I haven't drafted him once in any of these mock drafts that I'm doing. Breece Hall's another one that I would have considered, but obviously he's coming off of the injury that he sustained last year, so he may start slow. It's not necessarily a bad thing if he's going to start slow. We know Dalvin Cook's there, so he's going to probably shoulder some of the workload, of course. But after Breece Hall went, Chris Godwin came off the board to the team that has Chase, JT, and Calvin Ridley. So that's not too bad of a team, but I'm not the biggest fan of Godwin this year. I'm kind of fading a lot of the Tampa Bay players. I don't know how that situation is going to work out, and I'd rather not attach myself to it this early in the draft right now. But we'll see how that turns out too. All right, we'll be coming up again here soon. But after Godwin went, Drake London went, DeAndre Hopkins, Joe Burrow, Terry McLaurin, Jerry Jeudy. I don't know if that guy knows that he's hurt right now. I don't know if I can take him that early after the injury. We don't know how long he might be out. It's probably going to be a few weeks for sure. So I'm not really going to put a pick in that unless I had a really strong receiving core already, which he doesn't. So not the biggest fan of that from team number 2 right there. But after Jerry Jeudy went, Miles Sanders goes off the draft board. We're going to be coming up again here soon. So we have 1 receiver, 2 running backs, and Josh Allen as our quarterback. So let's look at the best receiver here and tight end. I'm willing to take a chance to see if Goddard falls to us or Kittle falls to us. I think right now what I want to do is go with Deontay Johnson. He has to score a touchdown this year. There's no way that he doesn't. He's the wide receiver 1 on his team, and he'll be the wide receiver 2 on our team. So I'm happy with that pick. I feel like he's going to have a bounce back year. We already know he gets a good amount of targets, so I'm happy to take that swing at Deontay Johnson right there. So our team, again, to me, is looking pretty solid right now. Josh Allen, Bijan Robinson, Travis Etienne Jr., Tyreek Hill, and then Deontay Johnson. So I'm pretty happy with that. But at the end, we'll see how FantasyPros grades us. I'm not a fan of their grading system. I don't take too much stock into it. It's nice to see. It's cool to see. I like to look at what they thought, but at the end of the day, I don't really put too much stock into that grade. But after we took Deontay Johnson, Alexander Madison goes, and then Christian Watson. After Christian Watson, J.K. Dobbins. I'm not touching J.K. Dobbins this year. People may not like that, idea. I just don't want to do it. I've been burned by him before. He's still recovering from his injury to a degree in my eyes, so I just don't really want to deal with it. Brandon Ayuk goes after J.K. Dobbins. Justin Herbert, I feel like that's really good value for Herbert right there. The no auto picks, please. Dude, he has a decent squad even though he's on auto pick. A little early for Najee Harris, but, splitting hairs. Dameon Pierce goes after Justin Herbert, though. Tyler Lockett, James Conner, Mike Williams, Mike Evans, and James Cook. And then we're going to be up a pick after this next pick. We'll see who's available at tight end. It looks like anyone who I was considering, or at least one of the people I was considering, is going to make it, because even if this person takes a tight end, that still leaves another one for me to take. So they took Cam Akers. Not a fan of that pick personally. Right here, Kittle. I'm happy to take Kittle, but I also like the Dallas Goedert idea. I'm going to go with George Kittle, though. He gets touchdowns at a pretty good rate. We have 2 week 9 buys, which doesn't freak me out in the least at all right now. So I like the build that we're still having right now. I like how our team's turning out. We have one of the best quarterbacks, one of the best receivers. Bijan, who could damn well finish as RB1 himself. ETN, who is, primed for decent upside almost any year at this point with how he plays with the Jacksonville offense. Deontay Johnson, we've already gone over that. And then George Kittle, like we just did. So I like how we're starting right here. But after Kittle, Trevor Lawrence, Rashad White, and then Alvin Kamara. Good value for Kamara right there. Yes, he is going to miss the first 3 games of the season. Yes, Taysom Hill is always a threat to vulture. Yes, Olave is probably going to get more involved with Carr. I get it. I understand all of that. That's still good value for Kamara. If you're drafting him at this point, he's an RB2 for you, or he's a flex, and I don't think you can get, much better value than what you're getting with Kamara and what he can represent for you. But after Kamara, Christian Kirk goes off the board, Javonte Williams goes off the board, and then Dallas Goedert goes off the board. So there goes Goddard. From the tight ends I was looking at, I think that's all of them other than Pitts, and I wasn't really even considering him too much. But, you know, it is what it is. So we're up next. Michael Pittman, or after Goddard, Marquise Brown, Deshaun Watson, Michael Pittman, and Jahan Dotson. Let's see who we have available. Who's the best receiver? I would love to take Addison. I would take Pickens, but I'm not going to take him because I have Deontay Johnson. We're going to go with the rookie out of Minnesota. We're going to go Jordan Addison. I like that. I do like that. I feel like if he's not going to be the 2, obviously he's going to be the 3. And rookie receivers, second-year receivers, third-year receivers, they are players that you want on your team. You want to take chances on. And especially being in that Minnesota passing offense, smash that pick all day for Jordan Addison, in my opinion. Back to the draft board. After I took Addison, George Pickens goes, and then Isaiah Pacheco. Decent value for Pacheco there too. Kyle Pitts, Dak Prescott, David Montgomery, Brandon Cooks, Gabe Davis, Cortland Sutton, and then DeAndre Swift, and then Tua goes off the board. So he would have lasted if I would have needed Tua in the last round, obviously, but don't have to worry about that. We got Josh Allen on our squad. Khalil Herbert goes right after Tua. We're going to be up next on the board right after this next pick. Looking at our squad, we have 3 receivers, 2 running backs, and then the 1 tight end and the 1 quarterback, obviously. I don't draft backup tight ends. I don't draft backup quarterbacks, especially when you get a pedigree of Kittle and, of course, you know, Josh Allen. We'll find a replacement for the week when that week comes. Dalvin Cook goes right after Herbert. We're on the board now. Who do we have? Antonio Gibson, AJ Dillon, Brian Robinson, Shamaje P. Ryan. Yes, I said Shamaje. Put a little schmear on Shamaje. We'll go with Antonio Gibson. I'll take that. At this point in the draft, I'll take Antonio Gibson as a backup running back, a bye week running back. I'm happy with that. Then after we go, JSN, Treylon Burks, AJ Dillon, Elijah Moore, Brian Robinson, Zay Flowers, Juju Smith, Shamaje Schmear P. Ryan, Michael Thomas. So it looks like a lot of these people ended up on auto pick. You know, sometimes that's just how it goes. Maybe half the draft is still active. After Michael Thomas, Zach Charbonnet, and then we are on the board. Who do we have available? What's the best that we can do? Let's go with another. I'll go with Quentin Johnston at this point. We'll go with the rookie for the Chargers. Bank on some upside at this point. Unfortunately, we know Mike Williams and Keenan Allen, they tend to get hurt more often than we'd like. So if any of that happens, Quentin Johnston is there. He can pick up the slack, I'm assuming. I'll expect some good things from him if he gets opportunities, but even if none of those other guys get hurt, I still feel like he'll be valuable, especially for where we're picking him right now. So I'm happy to roll with that. And after Quentin Johnston goes, then we have Kirk Cousins go off the board. After Kirk Cousins, Jalen Warren, Rashad Penny, Jerick McKinnon, Jacoby Myers, Bateman, Sky Moore, Evan Ingram, Kadarius Toney, and then Nico Collins. So auto pick boys are back at it again at the end of the draft, or the end of the rounds right there. Pat Freiermuth goes right after Collins. After Freiermuth, Jamal Williams goes off the board. We're up again. We need to take best available depth from either position in my mind. Let's go with look at all those injury tags. You gotta be kidding me. At this point, you know, we'll go with Tyler Boyd, I'd say, just in case anything happens to any of the Cincinnati receivers. They think that's a reach. I don't really care, but I'm happy with that. After we took Boyd, Lazard, Romeo Doubs, Damian Harris, Rondell Moore, and then we're going to be up again soon. Should probably take a running back, get some more depth around that now, because I feel like we're looking decent at receiver now. We probably don't have to keep taking them at this point. After Rondell Moore, we have Devon Achengo. Curious to see when he gets back from his injury. Then we have David Njoku go, Zay Jones, Darnell Mooney, OBJ. And then we're going to be up after this next pick. So let's start looking at who we can take from the running back area. I've done it in a lot of drafts. I think I'll do it again. I'm going to probably take Tyler here if he's available. Just as a handcuff to Bijan, God forbid. I think I'll do that. We'll see who's available though when it becomes our pick. All right, it's our pick. And they took Mostert. Let's go ahead and do what we said we were going to do for the reasons we said we were going to do it. Let's go ahead and take that bad boy, Tyler Algier. All right, so after we took Tyler Algier, Adam Thielen goes, Kenneth Gainwell, Danny Jones, Danny Boy, Jeff Wilson Jr., Dalton Schultz, Jamison Nowitzki Williams, Tyler Higbee, Elijah Mitchell, Geno Smith, and Tank Bixby. At that point, for Elijah Mitchell, why not? Yeah, he is perpetually injured, but I mean, 12th round, why not? See what happens there. Ezekiel Elliott, Anthony Richardson, we're up. Who do we have? Who's listed? What do we got? What's everyone thinking? What's the deal? What the lick read? What do we got here? Let's go with another receiver here. I'm gonna just go with, this might be a little bit of a reach. I'm gonna do it anyway. Let's go with Isaiah Hodgins. I mean, other than Waller and Saquon, who's really gonna be eating up a bunch of targets? We'll take our chances on Hodgins. And I don't give a shit that it says it was gonna be available on the next pick. We're at the end round of the draft. It's not that big a deal to take Hodgins at that point. But coming up next, I mean, we're just going to take next best available again. I'm tempted to go around early for a great defense and maybe a great kicker, and then just end my last pick with another just receiver or running back. Maybe we get a little crazy today and do that and just see how our team looks. You know what? Yeah, we'll do that. We'll take it around early just to see how it looks, just to see how it feels. You know what? Forget about it. They took Niners defense and Justin Tucker. Okay, buddy. Great. Are you listening to me? Am I mic'd up for you, buddy? Rashawn Johnson, Aaron Rodgers, Deonta Foreman, and then Gerald Everett. You know what? Who do we have at the defense and the kicker? Yeah, they're not worth it. Nah, we'll get something on our next pick. We'll get something some other time. At the end of the day, last little position over here. Where is he? I just saw him. We'll go with Spears. Just in case anything happens with Derrick Henry, we'll go with Spears too. So let's go with that. Back to the draft board. Michael Gallup goes right after us, and then we're going to be coming up on our last two picks. Obviously, now it's going to be defense and kicker, so we'll see who's available when it becomes our pick. After Gallup, Rice comes off the board, Dallas Cowboys defense, DJ Shark, Chuba Hubbard, Zamir White, Philly defense, Buffalo defense, bass kicker, sorry about that. Carlson, the kicker, goes. Patriots defense goes. New York Jets defense goes. We're back on the board. Who do we have that's the best available in each spot? We'll go with Baltimore defense. We'll go with Baltimore defense and see what that gets us. After we went with Baltimore, Harrison Butker goes. Evan McPherson, Denver Broncos defense, Kansas City Chiefs defense. And we'll be up shortly again to get our kicker to wrap up this draft. So Jared Goff goes after Chiefs defense, Hunter Renfrow, Young Hoku, Jason Sanders. I can never get him anymore in these drafts. My guy, Young Ho. We'll go with Myers as our kicker. We'll wrap it up with Myers as our kicker. And, you know, leaving a real draft, I'd be pretty confident in this team. B, 84 out of 100. Like we said at the beginning of the video, I don't really care about these drafts, or not the drafts, but the draft grade that FantasyPros gives us. I'm happy with this squad. Let me know what any of you think about this team. I'm curious for opinions all the time. Let me know anywhere you would have changed? You know, are there any spots that you think I nailed? Are there any spots that you think I just bombed? Thank you so much for watching. Thanks for tuning in. I appreciate everyone's time. I appreciate everyone taking a chance to check out this video. Please like and subscribe. We'll have more to come. We'll be finishing out this mock draft series pretty soon here. But, you know, again, thank you so much for watching. I hope everyone has a great rest of their day or their night, and I will catch you in the next video. Peace out.